The NFL's second week has been marked by a number of shocks for teams who were thought to be serious Super Bowl candidates. The teams with the biggest pregame margins were the San Francisco 49ers against the Minnesota Vikings, Dallas Cowboys against the New Orleans Saints, Baltimore Ravens against the Las Vegas Raiders, and Detroit Lions against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everybody lost. These are all extremely capable teams that can react, but there's no denying that certain worrying trends seem to be emerging. For example, Baltimore currently has the most defeats, 10, in the NFL over the previous 4 seasons, when it led by at least 7 points. Here are Week 2's Sunday winners and losers. Winners. Malik Willis's running game gives the Packers comfort. Since quarterback Jordan Love's knee injury was first diagnosed, Green Bay has benefited from some encouraging news. First of all, Love's injury wasn't as serious as it first seemed. Secondly, it seems that the offense will not be unaffected by his absence. NFL Stats Central, up-to-date NFL schedules, stats, odds, and more. Green Bay maintained drives and doubled up the Indianapolis Colts on time of possession in a 16-10 victory thanks to a tenacious rushing attack. The Packers ran the ball 53 times, 9 times more than the next closest team, the Chargers, did in Week 2. Backup quarterback Malik Willis also had a moderate but effective passing workload. The Packers shouldn't hurry Love back at the risk of trailing in the NFC North, even if their 2 next opponents, the Vikings and Titans, have strong defenses. This is especially true given that only the Vikings are 2-0. Jonathan Gannon's Cardinals continue to win significant games. This is Jonathan Gannon's 5th win in his 18 games as Arizona Cardinals coach. Despite the smaller total, Arizona has defeated the following teams during his tenure: the Cowboys, Atlanta Falcons, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Philadelphia Eagles, all in 2023. After Sunday's 41-10 blowout, the Los Angeles Rams. But this was definitely the team's finest cohesive performance under Gannon. Kyler Murray's early success and passing offense allowed him to meet standout rookie Marvin Harrison Jr. With 40 carries, the Cardinals gained 231 yards on the ground. Thanks to the defense, the Rams were only able to convert 2 third downs. In terms of overall offense, Arizona scored 489 points, nearly twice as many as LA, 245. Even without receiver Puka Nacua, the Rams dominated this game. Sam Darnold's comeback seasoned the 4. Due to rookie J.J. McCarthy's season-ending knee injury, and Darnold is the unquestioned starter for the Vikings and is making the most of his chance. A week after his rout of the lowly New York Giants, Darnold ripped up what could turn out to be the NFL's top defense. To the absence of tight end T.J. Hawkinson and receiver Jordan Addison, as well as the departure of standout receiver Justin Jefferson in the 4th quarter due to bruised quadriceps, Darnold's performance in the 23-17 victory is all the more impressive. This season, Darnold has thrown for 476 yards and 4 touchdowns against 2 interceptions on 72% of his passes. As usual with Darnold, he may be useful if he plays within the offense and guards the ball. Darnold signed a 1-year contract, so even if it's not in Minnesota, he's arguing that he should sign on somewhere in the summer. Antonio Pierce. Before Sunday, the Raiders had lost 7 of their previous 8 road games. Vegas only attempted to enter Baltimore to snatch a game against a Ravens club that was regarded as a serious Super Bowl candidate. Although there have been challenges along the way, Raiders coach Antonio Pierce has gradually changed the attitude in Las Vegas. The Silver and Black were down by 10 points in the middle of the 4th quarter in their 26-23 victory on Sunday against Lamar Jackson, the current MVP. However, the Raiders' defense tightened up and forced Baltimore to commit consecutive 3-and-outs after the team's field goal brought the score to 7 points. The defense, which has come to symbolize the squad, has only allowed the Ravens to convert 3 out of 11 third down opportunities. 27%. Baltimore's roster is superior. The Raiders were much more heartfelt on Sunday. Losers. Chicago's O-line has let down Caleb Williams. The Bears changed one thing from Week 1 to Week 2. Rookie quarterback Caleb Williams was asked to release the ball more quickly. Early in the Houston Texans' 19-13 defeat, Williams was able to establish a rhythm and spread the ball all over the field. Chicago's front, however, was unable to keep its blocks long enough for quick-release passes as the game went on, which was made worse by the team's clear passing downs. To be fair, Williams made a few errors, most notably 2 underthrows that were intercepted. However, it is certain to fail to expect a rookie to accelerate his progress while brushing aside 7 sacks and 11 quarterback hits. The Chicago line must perform better. The Lions are within the red zone. 7 of Detroit's possessions occurred inside the 20. That's usually a sign of dominance and ball control. The outcome was a sign of weakness for the Lions. They only managed to convert 1 touchdown, 14.3%, out of their 7 trips. That was the second worst offensive red zone efficiency showing by a club since 2000, when at least 7 trips were inside the 20-yard line. Throughout the whole game, Detroit's offensive was disjointed. Although the Bucs' defense and head coach Todd Bowles deserve a tremendous deal of praise, the Lions' plays were often set up horizontally, which made it easier for Tampa Bay's quick defensive to overwhelm. Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator, is mostly to blame. Gives Mike Zimmer nightmares. Mike Zimmer saw his defense enable Saints running back Alvin Kamara to score 6 touchdowns in a single game 4 years ago when he was the head coach of the Vikings. Now, in a 44-19 thrashing, Zimmer, the Cowboys' defensive coordinator, saw Kamara score 4 more points against his defense. Kamara made 22 touches for 180 yards from the line of scrimmage. More importantly, the Cowboys are facing significant issues following their crushing defeat in their home opener. For Dallas, whose offensive philosophy has revolved around the running game, Ezekiel Elliott is just not producing enough. The first-team offense failed to convert on any of its 3 visits inside the red zone, and Dak Prescott has been inconsistent. The Saints' quickness also left the defense flat. Will Levis is unable to resist stepping aside for himself. Young quarterbacks should occasionally be given some latitude so that they can learn when to be cautious and take risks. In his second season, Titans quarterback Will Levis ought to be more aware. A week after making a terrible play that resulted in a pick-6 that proved to be the difference in a defeat to the Bears, Levis again kept the score low against the Jets, leading to a 24-17 loss. In the second quarter, Levis took a shotgun snap with Tennessee facing a 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. He felt pressure before the trip. He underhandedly threw the ball to running back Tyjae Spears, who was going to the ground. It was a reverse throw, and the Jets eventually recovered from a fumble. Titans coach Brian Callahan insulted Levis after the game. These kinds of errors are obviously not going to be accepted for very long, particularly coming from a coach who wasn't present when Levis was selected.